Hey, this is Jean Beck. I've got to share with you some duck joy here. They have not had a pool in many weeks because it's been so cold and icy, but I'm filling up the little wading pool for them today, and they are going to just be so happy. So I'm also going to be giving them that tray of fodder that I showed you in the earlier video. So I'll give that to the chicks and the big chickens and the ducks, and you'll be able to share in that. So we'll kind of go back and forth as the pool fills, and you get to see it. The ducks are khaki Campbells. They're actually a land duck. So they don't have to have water. They're not a water duck that requires like a pond or a lake, but they are a duck. And ducks are ducks. They like water. Ducks are ducks. You can see I'm starting to fill the pool. They're all in the house watching. We'll go get their fodder and bring it to them. We've got the tray. We're just going to get them a big hunk of it. These are sunflower sprouts. And we'll just put it by their food. Ducks like to dunk all their food in the water, so their water always looks disgusting. But all it is actually dissolved food in there. I'll get my shadow out of the way. They got fresh water this morning, just like about a couple hours ago, and now it's just full of food because they take a bite of food and then they dunk it in the water. They have to have water to eat their food with, or they would choke. We also give them a little bucket of water too, so they can wash their bills off, their nares, their nostrils, because they tend to want to dig and poke for bugs and stuff, and they get mud all over their bills. Anyway, they're in there watching closely. We'll give them a minute, let the pond fill, and then you will see some joyful ducks. Let's go ahead and give the chicks their feed, their fodder. I call them chicks, but they are about 15, 16 weeks old. I need to get out the book and double check. And they're almost the same size as the adults in the next large run. And in a few more weeks, we'll be moving them over. We'll be banding them a color. That way we can keep track of their age. And then they'll go into the large run and become some of our new hens, some of our new layers. And we keep our layers about 2.5 years. And then they go to freezer camp. And we're always rotating in new ones. Because if you're an egg farm, you've got to have young chickens. Or you stop getting eggs after a while. Okay, I'm going to put their fodder right here too. Everybody's a little scared of the camera. I think I am too. I'm getting used to it. Okay, the ducks just kind of came out. They're in the next run. Nobody likes the camera. Okay, let's go get the fodder for the big guys. Then we'll come back, and the ducks, I bet, will be in that pool. We're just going to take the rest of this tray. There's 42 of those chicks, 15 ducks, and about 100 hens. Right now we've got 3 roosters. We only were supposed to have 2, but when we moved over hens the last time, we thought 1 rooster was a hen. And so he's over here too. So he's kind of happy to be over here because the other roos did not hang around. So here's their fodder. And I'm just going to throw this out here. They love it. They just love it, and they've missed it. Because as we were building the new fodder system, they haven't had any in a while. So they have really missed it. Look at them. They love the sunflower. I think the sunflower is their favorite. Sometimes we'll do organic wheatgrass, but I think the sunflower is their favorite. They are attacking it. Isn't he a pretty guy? Isn't he a pretty roo? The hens are all fat and fluffy with their new feathers. When it's cold, you'll see they puff up their feathers and trap the air between their feathers and their skin, and that keeps them warm. They're all coming out of there. Today is warm, so I've actually got both doors open. So you can see they can go right through the coop, airing out the coop. And really the deep litter method that we use in here, it doesn't smell. It doesn't smell. If it smells, you're doing it wrong. You need to add more straw and leaves and things like that. And I will share with you soon some of the things I do with the coop. I put fresh herbs in the nesting boxes, and I'll share with you some of the books that I used to do that too. Okay, let's go check on the ducks. I see them over there. They're starting to come out. There's Jill taking a nap. Let's see what the ducks are doing. They're eating the fodder. They're eating those sunflower sprouts. We'll just stand here and watch them for a minute. They haven't found the pool yet. They will. You know, I've thought about adding music sometimes to YouTube videos, but I think it's kind of cool to hear the sounds of the barnyard. The chickens sometimes sound like velociraptors. They make some strange noises sometimes. I read a book one time that talked about that chickens actually have a language, and they have a name for each of us. Sometimes I've thought to really stop and listen when I approach the runs to see if they're making a certain noise. I guess that would be my name, but I haven't had a chance to really do that. But it was an interesting book. Talk about how they actually talk and have names for everybody. They have names for the dogs and names for my husband and names for me. These ducks are not going to come near that pool right now with me standing here. I may have to do that in another video. I don't want to waste your time. Anyway, you enjoy this day, and I'll be back.